as I think through the $2 trillion, even the $3 trillion figures that have been put out there in terms of the next stimulus bill, I'm just thinking about the dynamic that's already played out this year. The Fed is buying so much of our Treasury supply. Does it matter? So, in other words, if we fast forward to 2021 and we get this magic bullet for the economy, which could be a $1 or $2 trillion stimulus package, well, that's basically double what the Fed is already supporting through its bond purchases. I mean, at what point does this all have a meaningful, real economic effect? Or is it simply that the larger their balance sheet goes, the more liquidity there is in the system, the higher the price in the stock market, and that's all we ever really see about it?
So look, the fiscal stuff is going to support spending more or less directly. You've got some direct government spending on things like healthcare and those kinds of things, but you're also seeing direct support for businesses and individuals. That's very important to maintaining aggregate demand over the coming period. The support we had last year was great, but it's rolling off now. So for example, a lot of the unemployment benefits are scheduled to roll off at the end of this year. I think if we don't replace that, you're looking at a substantial contraction in activity. And what I think we'll get is something that will help. I think what the Fed can do is make sure that long-run interest rates don't constrain the recovery. Look, obviously we've had long-run rates move up over the last week or so. And I think what the Fed can do is provide a bit of a headwind against that. So I do think the Fed's asset purchases are important. We do think they're going to increase the amount of duration they take out of the market through changes in the composition of their purchases. But I think the big question is really, what are we going to get on fiscal? Look, obviously, when we get the vaccine, when do we get to the point where COVID-19 is no longer constraining economic activity is going to be important over the medium term. But for the next 6 months or so, I think these other factors are going to be more important.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.